Hi, I'm Becca Baillie. I'm a senior at Southeast High School. I remember February 12th, 2013. It was my first time coming to Young Life Club, actually, but that day was so much more than that. I remember my mom pulling up to my school, and she picked me up, and when I got in the car, she told me to take my glasses off. She said, "Your dad passed away in his sleep last night." It was a pep rally day. I just remember, I didn't know what to do with that, and then I found out my dad passed away. It was so much. I remember a few of my friends coming over to my house. They invited me to go to Young Life that night. I remember going into club and meeting Chris for the first time. He found out that I was at club the very day that my dad passed away. It was just kind of crazy. I don't know. I remember everyone just didn't know what I was going through, and it was kind of weird that I was there with all of that on me and nobody even knew.
I'm AJ Wiley. I'm a junior at Southwest High School. Well, I remember in the spring, and it was soccer season, and I remember it was the Southeast game. It was the end of the Southeast game, and we just won in a PK shootout. And I came up to Chris because I know he was a Young Life dude, and I knew I had some questions about Christ, and I just wanted to talk to him about that. I was just talking to him, and he's like, "Dude, come to Young Life camp." And then Maddie Felix, she was warming up on the field. She just turned her head and she was like, "Yeah, you should go." You know, I didn't really think much about it. I was like, all right, I'll think about it, you know? So the season kept going, and in the spring we had a senior night for Young Life, and I went to that. I remember seeing a bunch of seniors, and they just kept saying, "Go to camp." Like, probably every single one of them said, "Go to camp." And so the soccer season kept going, and we made it to the state championship. My brother Justin, he was on the team too. It was the 17th minute, and I passed it to him, and he had the winning goal. It was the only goal in the championship, and I just remember the countdown to 0. My heart just stopped, and it was honestly the best feeling of my life at that moment. I just remember just being on top of the world, you know, like nothing could stop me. It was just a great feeling.
I remember a couple months after summer was starting to roll, and I didn't really want to do anything. I kind of stayed in my house. I didn't hang out with my friends. I kind of shut everybody out. I remember just feeling totally alone. I stayed home. My friend Jenna, she wanted me to come to camp. I was like, I just started this whole Young Life thing, camp. My dad just died, what? I was like, okay, I mean, I'll look into it. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into going to camp. I didn't know really what to expect there. I was able to be myself more than ever in camp. I found more hope than I had in the past 5 months since I lost my dad. I never had hope really until I went to camp. People say it was the best week of your life, and I feel like it was. It made a huge impact on my life. It gave me hope from losing my dad. It gave me hope for being myself again. I don't know. It was definitely the best week of my life. At the last day of camp, we did a say so. That's where you stand up and let people know if you're following Christ, if you let him in where you're at. And I remember after that, we got told that there was a party going on in heaven. I remember thinking my dad threw that party. He threw it for me because I had hope, finally.
So summer came, and the feeling of being a state champ kind of wore off. You know, it still put a smile on my face once I thought about it, but the feeling kind of went away. You know, the summer went by, and we lost one of my friends, Blake Birkland. At that time, I just didn't want to do anything really. I just wanted to be with my friends and just go through it with them together. And it actually happened a couple weeks before camp started. I talked to Chris, and we basically got pretty much the whole gang to come in like 2 weeks. Everyone was just like pretty much depressed, and I just wanted to see a smile on their face, you know, just get away for a while at camp. You know, they say it'd be the best week of your life. I still didn't know what that was, but I found out when I went to camp. Literally the first night, you know, it blew me away. First club, just jumping up and down, singing, just enjoying life. And the cabin time, talking with the whole group and everyone just sharing. And it just made me feel like these are my brothers, and I can tell them anything, they can tell me anything, and it was great. About halfway into the week, I just felt this joy and this fulfillment of God inside of me. It made me so happy. Like, I thought I was at the peak with winning a state championship, but I knew it was a whole new level with God, and I knew it was the best feeling. I couldn't believe how much fun I had at camp, and I didn't want to leave. The relationships I built with my friends, like, I still have them. Actually, my best friend I made there, Javier, I didn't know him before camp, and now, like, I hang out with him all the time. You know, I would say winning a state championship, that was probably the best day of my life, but I would say Young Life Camp was the best week of my life.
So I left camp. You never really want to leave camp, but you have to. I went into my junior year kind of losing that camp high, just going back into the everyday motion that I had. But fast forwarding next to summer 2014, this last summer, I had an opportunity to go to camp again, actually. I feel like this camp was to continue my walk with faith in Christ, but it was so much more than that. It was to help others and be there for others, and that's what I wanted to do. I had an awesome opportunity to talk to my new friend, Jack. He lost his brother a month before camp, actually. I felt it was right for me to just kind of go up to him and introduce myself and talk to him a little bit about my experiences and maybe give him a little hope, because the summer before I had a friend that gave me a little hope like that. It was kind of my turn to give. That was kind of a patch of more healing than I had before, and I hope that it gave Jack a little more hope than he had.